Hey yo guys, today we're going to be talking about marketing touch points. And this is going to be useful, especially if you're running a business, whether your business is big, small, you're a sole trader. And yes, I consider artists, sports people to be businesses as well, because nowadays you cannot limit business to just something that's brick and mortar. An artist is also a business. A sports person is a business. There are many revenue models that they can adopt as well. So I'm just talking to everybody who's trying to make money out there. Then secondly, this is also useful to people with organizations that may not really have anything to do with business or profit. People in the non-profit sector, or organizations such as churches or anything in the religious sector, because they're also trying to sell ideas. In as much as they're not trying to sell to get money from people, they're trying to get people's attention or people to commit to what their ideas are. So even if you're a politician as well, right, you're trying to get people to care about you, and maybe if you're going to run for office, vote for you someday. So you have to keep your ears open when I'm talking on this episode, right? So number one, right, what do we mean by marketing touch points? Marketing touch points, let me read this from my screen. Marketing touch points are the various interactions or points of contact that a potential customer has with a brand or business throughout their buying journey. These touch points occur across different stages, from initial awareness to post-purchase engagement, and play a crucial role in shaping the customer's perception and decision-making process. Okay, good, right? So we've heard what marketing touch points are. You may have seen maybe a t-shirt written inbox. Somebody is wearing a t-shirt written inbox, and then later there's a car. Those are touch points. Then maybe there's a billboard, maybe there's a radio ad, television, maybe they're on Facebook. Those are touch points. Maybe they might sponsor a certain event or a certain sport to create more engaging touch points. And this is a big business. But you maybe, as a small business owner, if you're a small business owner, or somebody who's rising, or if you're an artist, you could also learn a lot from the bigger businesses. How do they create their touch points? How can I be seen on TikTok, and then at the same time I'm trending on Facebook, and at the same time I'm being seen visibly on Twitter? At the same time, in the physical world, am I attending events that other people attend? Can I go with my brand logo? Can I print or make certain outfits that are unique to my brand and appear at live shows where other people are going to be, whether it's comedy shows, musical shows, marketplaces? There's a lot of marketplaces going on in the city all the time. There might be one in town, in Borodale, in Avondale, where people get to meet and greet, and then usually you see a couple of faces or a couple of people that you've only met previously on Facebook. That's those are also touch points. And why would you want these touch points, you may ask? Well, because of something called the mere exposure effect. There's something called the mere exposure effect. What they propose about the mere exposure effect is that people tend to like people or things, brands, logos, symbols, etc., that they've seen over and over again. So if you keep getting exposed to the same thing, you gain familiarity, especially if it's not doing you any harm. Your mind registers that it's not harmful, so you become comfortable with it. So you're more likely to buy. That's why people advertise. Actually, that's one of the motives of advertising, besides the brand awareness, because the brand awareness is actually through the touch points. That's what brand awareness is. So you cannot just drive brand awareness through advertising in one form without people actually gaining a grasp of who you are, and if you have a personality, a brand personality. And I don't mean, there are some businesses where they can't have a brand personality as a person, but the business itself channels a certain personality. I don't know if you hear me properly. So you want to you want to be consistent, right? You want to be in a ZFM interview, and hopefully the DJs, they ask you something around the same questions that you're trying to mold your image toward. And when you go to Star FM, they're kind of asking almost the same thing. So it's shaping a narrative. And then when you're in the paper, in the newsday, it's shaping that narrative. So by the time it's on Zinceleb, also online, it's on Zigo's item, it's on Plot Marco's item, Earground, whoever's posting it, Makwara.art, whoever's posting it, right? People have got a consistent framework of who you are and what you do. And that's what PR is. Public relations, right? It blends with the marketing, the touch points as well. And what that creates is a reputation and a trust, hopefully, depending what kind of image you're trying to acquire and who you're trying to attract. And again, like I said, this message, it's useful for anybody who's trying to sell ideas, sell because everything is ideas, right? So whether you're a business, a politician, a church member, or a church pastor, you've got different things that you're trying for people to pay attention to and buy. For the business owner, they're looking for profit and money. For the church guy, the pastor, they want people to accept the gospel of Jesus Christ. Or if they're Islam, they want people to accept Muhammad and Allah. So how do they create those touch points, right? For the politician, they want people to support or to understand certain talking points in interviews that they will use in their manifesto when they run for office so that they can get into office. So it's just selling all the time. It's different kinds of selling at the end of the day and creating that likability through the mere exposure effect. I think I've said enough. Thank you so much for listening. It's your boy Makwara.